Both teams trying to switch up the veto and ending in the same place, at least for the first couple of maps, which of course, last time out, Full Sense won both. The wall up, over the wall already. Looking to try and make that fast play into the A site. With a very late lurk that will eventually come in from Crystal. A post plant looks very likely indeed.
Plant for sure, but no ramp control when that comes in. Full Sense are already scaling down that ramp. Primmie's found his first. The Sage Wall still in play means Crystal's going to take a while, and this pace from Full Sense is causing problems. UdoTan has fallen at the hands of Primmie. Everyone from GE has. Now with Javi down, Crystal breaks through that wall at last. The spike being tapped to fight up top that Crystal expects. He's done a wonderful job already.
Gifted players we have in the scene right now. In fact, some people putting him all the way at the top.
I hope he wants a chance of really claiming that title. Have to make it further than this. A victory over GE needed. The start not looking good. GE make it to the B site, fight through the smoke, land the opening pick, and avoid going any further. It was a mistake if they kept stepping forward, but now the walls blocked Primmie off.
Spike planted.
And Autumn is in a position that I will say is rarely cleared, but he's about to walk right into JitBoyS. Now they know. The element of surprise no longer there. The poison orb put in a very unusual position, but that has garnered GE flank control. They'll keep B main for Full Sense to fight through, especially with the time where it's at. They've decided that they're just going to save. A 5v4 full save.
It's the time and having an operator with no shields. Like, it basically would just be like, okay, is someone going to give Primmie a fight, or are we just going to hold on to that gun into the next round? And for GE economically, this is maybe the best start you could ever hope for. You win the first 3 rounds, and the only players you're actually going to lose are ones that still have weaker weapons and are going to go hunting, going to go running in to try and remove some of the weaponry on the other side. And there you go. Javi takes a kill, and even...
Here we go. Blade Storm. Oh, he's gone in!
Want to invest going into this round. There's the wall. So they are going to have to break that immediately. That will sound the alarm for the rest of the defenders.
Still another slow.
I don't think that slow actually stopped them at all. I think it was a little bit shallow.
Yeah, it let them out of the choke. So they're able to fight around the side.
Nice shot.
Oh, that works out for JitBoyS. Okay. Trading here is fine, and now it's looking even better. Another found by Crws, and oh, in the blink of an eye, Full Sense have full control.
The IGL, you need to hit some headshots, but I'm not sure this was the round they even expected to break back. Just those quick rotations eventually coming through. And then just everyone.
They're waiting for the Nightfall to come in. That's going to reveal Killua for sure, but he's got support, and that slow buys all the time Full Sense need. No chance for G to scale on the back of the ultimate. 30 seconds now to make it to the site. They've got to up the pace. They thought they'd find an easier A site, less heavily defended, but they were dead wrong, and now they're just dead!
How confident they are in JitBoyS Sage. He's solo A, they have 3 heaven, and then they have 1 operator on the B site, and instead, it seems like they've got the perfect read. G walking straight into a stacked up heaven. And that's where they might be sent fairly soon.
This is G before, once this wall comes in, it could do again, but the TP to backside from PatMen has made them reconsider. Leviathan just backs out. They're going to give them the plant, and that's very dangerous in this round. The Viper's Pit will make this a very tough retake. Again, this is the pit we're seeing most often put in, and coming from spawn is almost impossible. They do have the man advantage. GE have the terrain on their side.
Another heal for Primmie. He's going to have taken well over 200 damage in this round, but it doesn't matter. He's still standing, still kicking. They even have a res available on either side, Showstopper as well, if necessary. And it might just be PatMen already cleared. They're going to need someone to step up on the G side, and it is UdoTan, but he's eliminated eventually. Back down to just 1. Primmie to try and turn it, and he's managed to get rid of Autumn. But that time is now ticking, surely too far.
Neck and neck. Full Sense. They fought their way back, but now GE have a solution.
Spike down
or a bit more. Well, that's the res gone.
Oh dear. Oh,
gone.
This is what happened last time. This was the guy that is going to end up on the most wanted list for GE fans, because Primmie just seems to have a vendetta against them. A headshot through, he's coming over the top. Autumn just about dodges the bullet.
To recover lost ground, flank the up. Nope, he's looking at
regional rivals against people that, if you look at the coaching staff, they probably even called family at a time. They are feeling comfortable. Trades back immediately. It's turned into a game of deathmatch in middle. And while Crws has gone unchecked, just hiding, lurking within the darkness, and everything's coming up for Full Sense in this moment. Harvey does have a res available, but who is an option to even res? It's whether or not he can even get out of this position.
Oh, I don't think he can. Maybe he can, and he can heal himself back up as well. Still, the res won't be possible there, but I think they're going for it in B main.
He's going for a jumping kill.
So we end up back into a 3v3. That's a little bit of a mistake from Full Sense. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them. They've still got primmie holding the cross, but the first shot doesn't land. He's a little late on the second as well. They've made it through. They've avoided the main danger, at least for now, but primmie's waiting for another chance. He misses a second time. This could be the downfall of him. The shorty's out though. primmie survives that little bit longer. He's going for a long-range shorty kill.
Spike planted.
To outmaneuver. It's not a great place to stand. He's picked a bit of an off-angle corner, but again, timing is everything. Like primmie could have gone in any direction, and it just depends if he looks at the right way, but primmie not checking initial.
GE on the defense now. It was a stellar start. That stellar start's all that really remains from that first half. 4-0 to 7-5. The pistol could put them right back within punching distance. Full Sense have found control of the A site. And a plant even coming in for Heaven as well. They've got so much control, so why not late flank as well from Leviathan? This could be a problem for GE. They're only now making it to screens.
That's the scary thing, is they were looking for this, but it's been so far behind that I think Autumn is checking it instead, though. Their opponents have got aggressive, even still trading evenly. But now Autumn has to sort of either make a decision to try and check for that flank. It's clear that it's in their mind, but timing is the main thing. The second he drops down is a problem, but while he does, he's caught out primmie. Even still, though, Leviathan has been holding on to this upper spot, but Autumn, one of the rifles, under serious pressure. You're just going to have to try and play within the utility, and after you get seized, there's nowhere to go. They even expect UdoTan flanking. Of course, risks are going to be taken in this sort of round, and well, a rifle left behind, but they will.
UdoTan only has that Sheriff. Late round, Full Sense do come towards him, but the shots don't land, at least not this time.
So it really is. He has to just go ham here, and they already know he's there. primmie sent him first, head ripped off, and now the rest are just scrambling to try and get into position.
Yeah, they've cleared the site. Not even a shot fired towards primmie. They know that they've got control. Plant needs to come through, and it will. Going towards default. Heaven control held to allow that to happen.
Spike planted.
And again, GE now facing into a 2v5. Well, they saved in the 4v5 when money was low. Now money's a little bit better than it was by a couple hundred credits. And they're in a 2v5. The call is to save. But this time, Full Sense say, you know what, we've got a little bit of extra cash in the bank, and we've got a couple orbs missing as well. So why not send out at least Crws to try to catch them? Killua wants to get in on the action as well. So there's no way to get out of this A site now, and the walls will slowly close in on them. Crystal's already down. They know exactly where the last man is, and Autumn's on 10.
Saved a lot of additional time. primmie looks almost ready and set to try and just make a play through this smoke. There's somebody on the other side ready and waiting, just watching for him. But again, they get both kills. They're running out of a smoke, and it just still looks so easy. 15 seconds. Autumn has to try and hold the line, but that 1-2 punch of JitBoyS and primmie is just unstoppable. Two standing. At this point, I almost want to see them go for it just so they don't save again. I don't want to say the word.
This could be a save call. Oh!
No, never mind.
Gracious. Well, UdoTan's shown them the up. They're not going to let him away with that. primmie running it down, loses his life.
Saves the gun. They've had so many buys in a row at this point.
And looking
at this corner. There's the Prowler. There's the response. It looked like he should have. How's Crws alive? He's being healed back up. I was so confused. It must have been a leg shot. PatMen trying to be the hero. Push into the spawn, audacious. A 3v3 is maybe the best scenario we've seen in a long time. The TP behind, it's aggressive from PatMen. Finally, someone stepping up for Global. JitBoyS to try and close out what would be an almost perfect half. But he's got to try and go around the wall. They know exactly where he is. Slow's thrown out. Needs a nice.
Going back up through vents would be a death sentence, and they know that they're there now, but Crystal can't get out of this corner. The showstopper, those landed the double. Crws and Killua stood right beside each other. Wrong place, wrong time. And GE Man advantage to work with. They've slowed the play. PatMen's in danger, but he's gotten out unscathed.
Strike down A.
Well, for now.
Oh, okay. A warning shot from Leviathan. It almost cost him his life. Primmie holding the angle. There's not a lot of time left. And almost manages to find something through. Instead, he's quickly found a double and somehow made this one a reality. Autumn to try and keep them alive, and Primmie to do what he's been doing throughout the entirety of the map. Looking for the man up top. The timing slightly away from him. Would have to listen for the drop anyway, so that might just give him an opportunity to re-clear while that time ticks away. His opponent just waiting for him to give an angle, waiting for him to make a mistake, but Primmie is just sitting in this corner, using the time to his advantage, not expecting his opponent to push his utility. After what has been a lot of A hits in a row, it seems like they're going for B.
Yeah, the B play going through. Late lurk attempted by Crws, wants to get into that pit, and he's chosen his time just right. Those players in main don't need to push out anymore. They want to rely on this space taken by Crws. He's used the pit as a smoke to cross into vents. That's a big problem now. Full Sense are going to re-gear up for this A hit. And on GE, you have to know it's a possibility. You can see how cautious they're being in re-clearing into heaven. They're even putting the boombot through. Don't think it's going to make it to clear Crws, though. They could see where it went, but if that information has slipped by, they're in big trouble, and indeed it has. UdoTan's being caught completely unaware. JitBoyS sees them on the backside. They know exactly where they are. And moments later, the round to make it work with UdoTan, who had a bit of a tough previous map.
Yeah, for sure. I think he has a tough map quite often when he plays against Full Sense, but we'll have to see if that's a running theme. Already, though, a better start. Pistol round, Primmie to trade. Killua waiting on the angle, but it's Primmie once again, a one-man army that somehow still seems to be alive, but they are trading out everybody else. They just can't kill Primmie. It's been the issue throughout the entirety of this so far. And now the rotation looks to come in from Crws. Crystal again in a pistol round clutch to try and bring it home. And of course, who else but Primmie?
They chip away at that wall. It's very obvious to Full Sense where the play is coming through. Chance for the Blade Storm. For Primmie, JitBoyS has taken all of his kills, but there it is. UdoTan left it. What? Oh, come on! He's Primmie!
Very weak bonus round. But I'm still nervous.
A little bit less nervous now, but Primmie's still drawing breath. Luckily, he's on the wrong side of the map. The hit should be coming in elsewhere. Bit of mid-aggression coming out of Full Sense, though. PatMen isolated for the time being. They can't swing deep into him, though. UdoTan is further back. And now rotating in his Autumn as well. So there's backup as they look to finish their dinner. Very nicely done by GE. And now all we have to do is avoid Primmie getting an ace. Has an updraft to go over this wall. It's exactly what he goes for. There's the first. I'm already a little bit worried. But now, please just take the shot. Please just take the shot, Autumn. Thank you. Crystal sends in the drone right away. That could be go time for it. Mid-split, though, from GE. Already with so much control. They should be aware of this on the other side, but with a Sage Wall blocking them off, those players on site are completely isolated. A wall of their own has bought them a bit more time, a bit more space to fight from. Now their teammates start to get an angle, but the orb goes up. JitBoyS good onto UdoTan, but the Hunter's Fury causing all those problems in that little laneway. It's cleared out a lot of space. I thought maybe they wouldn't expect Crws, but they dealt with him as well. GE, now everybody's coming from this little choke point. It should be easy to keep them at bay. And with this late play by Autumn, it certainly will be.
He's had a decent start to this one, and at this stage, that operator, we are seeing like just slightly more direct plays. I think using that Hunter's Fury, which they managed to gather.
Oh, Full Sense, after the pause, Primmie pops the ult, follows the drone down on mid. Door's going to be opened by it, and he slips through. It's a nice cloak and dagger play. He might even have gotten away with it too, but they've caught Killua trying to contain that space on mid. With him falling,
Expect it.
This is the only thing. Door about to open. The wall's just gone down. PatMen's even looking the wrong way. It's all down to timing on that mid-fight. Autumn is taking down Leviathan, though. And on the B side, there's a big threat. JitBoyS and Crws, though, seem to be dealing with it. JitBoyS up on top of the wall. Oh, it's a nasty angle, and he's got another from there. Crystal left alone to take down 3. Spam decent, but he won't get to fire that shot.
That has looked good for them. it's worth mentioning as well, it was their defense last time that they struggled on, so already looking more competent, and this A site seemingly going to go under their control with a Viper's Pit as well within the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, Viper's Pit isn't even covering off the spike. It's just covering that left side, making this much more difficult to get back onto site. You have to push left. You have to push exactly where GE are waiting for the battle. Paranoia is good to start. Reveal doesn't catch Happy, and now Autumn's able to step into the duel. The trade out, decent though. Full Sense now pick up the pace on the way back through, trading as they go, but the pit is the danger. The problem is that the plant is not inside it. At least an orb to work with and a snake bite sent in would change the game, but there's none to work with anymore. Time ticking fast enough. If they can keep those players away from the spike, a swing out from UdoTan, give it a chance! Primed and ready, this is going to be a big swing off contact. And that contact's about to come through, and maybe now it's a little bit closer than expected. They are right at the door. No time for Paranoia anymore. Drone's already spotted. Leviathan!
Down mid.
He only wanted to take down the man in the drone, and instead, he got the whole pack. UdoTan is the last man standing, and not for long. An aggressive spot, and I like that they've given it up after a couple of seconds. This was the danger, right? If those pistols just come swinging out. Now Killua is in danger. Rifle picked up, JitBoyS. Oh, it's nice. Two taken down, UdoTan the main one. That's the ult gone out of the round. Leviathan, though, doesn't expect the late flank to be coming up right behind him, so PatMen gets a freebie. It's a round from Full Sense where they're up against next to nothing. They go pushing, they give aggressive fights. GE, and well, the round's not lost just yet, especially not with primmie sitting on the site. But he's in a very uncomfortable spot with this operator.
Dash is about to go, but speaking of uncomfortable, the plant position open to main. Crws has been making this push a couple of times, so much so that all of the recursion, how is he still alive? He should have been dead to rights, but the pistol of PatMen not so kind. Back to a 2v2 scenario. Hunter's Fury available, but you don't finish this man off, and he will punish you for it. Crystal left in a clutch. Hunter's Fury in a 1v2 would be a gamble. He'd need one of these kills first, and any sort of cross could be his instant demise. A shock dart would be enough, but it's not quite gone anywhere near, and Crws. Just a few things going wrong. The contact play, but this time Autumn's won the fight. An important man down. Killua's gone as well. Taken full mid control. If they go towards the B side, it would be the more stacked up. But if they do their due diligence properly, they may just find an open site.
There.
The stun's gone through, and JitBoyS got curious, down and out. Crws, yeah, good work to find one, but I don't think they're going to go push it into the pit anymore. Spike will just flee to the A site. And Crws, putting his pit into this round, gets nothing for it. Crossing on mid, gets caught and dealt with.
Oh, this battle. Oh, dear. UdoTan trying to just get information. He's been eliminated immediately.
They saw the orb on mid here as well. No more noise outside B. Now it's time to connect the dots, and with that kill from PatMen, JitBoyS knows exactly what's coming his way. The res might not get a chance to be used, but that's such a good bait. JitBoyS uses his teammate's TP as a distraction and grabs himself one, back for another, and he's not stopped yet. Sure, Crystal takes that kill, but he's left to 56 HP, and primmie almost takes down the AWP, but in fact, he'll wish.
Bladestorm online, weaponry for the rest. But definitely still an advantage for GE.
That reveal's going to be broken, surely? No, in fact, it's just left. UdoTan had already made it past. They gave some false security to those defenders. They didn't think that much space had already been taken, but it's how quick UdoTan can be with his own wall to cover him. They've made it to the A site. UdoTan's got another on back, and now Full Sense stalled out completely. They still have that res to work with. With the Viper wall up, that's exactly what they're going to go for. Leviathan comes back into the round. primmie finds one, but UdoTan is third. With 3 more on offer, he's looking to find him. A 4K.
To build up a little bit of momentum. And I think that UdoTan has definitely been the player to watch over the last couple of rounds. Him and Autumn have been impressive.
Saw fish in the previous pistol. At least for now, he'll avoid the fight.
They're going over, trying to do it again. But in fact, it's only the one player that's made it over. The rest are wrapping back around. Even still, though, Harvey has got away with a kill. Onto Leviathan. Gives them the man advantage. Their opponents ducking in towards main just to try and have some semblance of space. They haven't been able to put pressure in onto the backside. Of course, that Sage Wall was used in towards middle. The re-aggression from JitBoyS being attempted instead, though it is primmie once again. It was 4 kills in the last. There's an opportunity for that again. Him and JitBoyS looking to do it, but already onto the defusal. PatMen sticks it to half. They now just need to clean up those remaining couple of kills, and in fact, they're not in the right position to deny this. GE can't just defuse in front of them. They will take home an 8th round, and even not working so much. Primmie's just going to try and pressure through, and he's been dealt with because of it. An aggressive push through, but because JitBoyS was able to get the res, he's going to bring back Leviathan. Of course, still some weaker weaponry in this round for the side of Global, but those 2 snipers, let's just say they can't be faced.
They're also most definitely not a surprise factor. They had the Outlaw in the previous round. One was dropped on the floor when they faced off against some pistols. You know that they're going to have at least one here, if not both. So full sense, play this very passive. Nobody is peeking. The Sage Wall is up to stop the push through.
GE going for exits, though.
And that's exactly it. GE have acknowledged that they don't have any chances to really deal any death blows on the run back into sight, so instead they sit outside, starting out nicely with 1. Full sense have found a safe little cuppy to hide away in, or so they think. Great work to make this costly, and it almost got worse.
Yeah, they'll keep 1 rifle. Take down.
But G have just pushed up in B main. Full sense need to pick up the pace now as their back is wide open. Primmie, oh, he's gotten him again through the wall, but Crystal's made it away. He should be dead to rights.
Yeah, even still with the 2 aggressive positions. Reed was there. The TP even paranoid off so that Autumn couldn't get anything. Full sense have done well to get in a post plant without really taking too much damage for it. And you can even see some of the hesitance on that flank coming through from UdoTan. He's on a long rotation back, maybe hoping that they start looking back in the other direction, but instead, Killua's found a couple. Trade immediate from Autumn. This fight could be everything, and Leviathan will win it. That final trap play is a bit underwhelming in the end for the remaining couple. They were almost waiting for that. That was meant to be the moment the round flipped, but instead, that time has gone. The remaining couple of players will flee to survive, and Full Sense are going to turn it. They're really going to need that delay, because already a multitude of players looking to try and split through in towards this A site.
Tags already. They know where Autumn is, they know where Happy is, but dealing with them is a completely different story. Autumn's found himself an easy peasy pickup, and then Crystal and Javi show up as well. Last player known to be in main, steps even heard now. Confirmation, and they've got him boxed in. Killua save helped them out a ton, and the high-low setup in play guarantees it. No backup plan this time. In they go. The pressure onto GE. PatMen's already tanked 2 shots from the Hunter's Fury, but UdoTan lined them up without even realizing. Oh, Autumn's desperately low. The HP traded, but if Leviathan gets greedy, he's going to be in big trouble. They're all here, and the shock darts landed onto Primmie. A big pickup, not just to remove that player, but to buy that little bit of extra time now as they look for the plant. Leviathan knows there's an op on the other side, but they don't seem to care. They're swinging into it. They're looking for the fight up against Autumn. Confidence on display. So close to finding the pickup, and in fact, Leviathan! So close!
Play with it's a death ball once again. All 5 players in towards this A site. Primmie leading the charge with the Blade Storm. Already an opener under his belt. I'm not sure this is the moment you'd want an Odin in the hands of Crystal. A man flying through the air would be scary. Already, they're going to invest that Viper's Pit, but they've lost a couple on the other side with spams.
The stun's gone in. No one following it up just yet, but that tag, that's crucial. He's dead to rights. Crws had no chance anymore, and the Blade Storm won't last long. Leviathan, almost the hero of the previous round, but he hasn't got full control of B main. And all up behind, but Crws has caught PatMen. Even with all that B information, they go for aggro on mid. And that's why the crunch has at least traded it out.
It's taken out. Their Viper as well. Crossing into this site now becomes so much more difficult. Instead, they have to fight it. They have to go aggressively. Primmie's going to be brought back, and he just about survives the shock dart. It's not quite going to finish him off. However, UdoTan on the flank will, looking for a little bit more overdrive. Maybe there to close out this map. Into middle. They've left both sides open, but timing this over the top is going to be important. Otherwise, somebody will get trapped out, and well, they somewhat do. It won't matter too much, though. Autumn took the orb on the other side and now has ended up as a lurker. But he might be wrapped on himself. A wraparound from Crws. UdoTan very aggressive, but now being spotted, has to be careful. Looking to just try and retreat, but he's kind of left his teammate behind. Autumn now catching out one, and in fact a second in that mid position. He was ready for Crws, and now gives them the man advantage, and that's the signal for UdoTan to fall back. Even still, though, avoiding primmie, that little bit more difficult when he's right up in your face. They have managed to deny the defusal, though, and it wasn't half, and because of that, that time is ticking. Leviathan here, but the rotation already in from his teammates.
Crystal's taking a lot of space. Has to be something full sense are wary of. They have no control over middle, but for now at least it looks like he is a dagger already placed in their back. They are none the wiser. Double doors is wide open. That's a perplexing gap to leave and to not even think about. G have an advantage, but the problem being that the player is isolated. Crystal has the waste on the same position! The same push! And where else could he have gone? What a mistake being made here, but primmie is making up for it. He's got 2 under his belt already. JitBoyS with another spike down right in front of them, but Crystal, he can't. Surely not again! He's caught 4 players off guard! And a chance for an ace, but it's primmie who stands in their way! And then it's util to play behind on B at least, but honestly surprised to see them even still pushing.
Also disjointed. JitBoyS still fighting. Killua falling back, clearly having different ideas, and you know what, everybody misses sometimes.
That wall almost saved him as well, gave him a little boop. Made him harder to hit, full sense. 4 versus 2, a lockdown still to play against, but no issues. Look, this reposition from Crws as well. They know they're coming from lane, so up go the Thorns, and he goes long. I liked it because he was containing information, but now he's swung in.
Given an opportunity. Lockdown now online for Crystal.
Where are you?
He's been phenomenal in this map so far. Still, a man advantage. Primmie with that operator. Now is the timing of the lockdown. It just knows that, okay, let's make sure that they can't even get it to half. Activating those nanos, it has to be a push-up. In fact, they're just going to go running towards this, trying to destroy it. Instead, they walk into Crystal! Again, it seems to be his map. And only primmie stands in his way. Last time, he didn't manage the ace, but this time...
Crystal so far, you said it in the opening series, opening map, I believe it was as well. He was the trailblazer for this squad. He's now had a 4K and an ace. Currently on this map...
done by that he ends up in a 1vx situation at the end. Leviathan, there's no way out of that. Even getting hit by the Outlaw.
The other direction, but those steps are heard. They've just heard a lot of them drop down, and UdoTan swung into the pool. A shot from Autumn, and he follows it up with another.
Oh,
but Crws answering.
On the other side.
This is far from a 1 round.
I think both teams are kind of lost as to where the other is going. You can see the defenders having to try and fight both sides of the map. It feels like it could have been a bit more simple, but G have been trying to push and pull, and well, they're going to push straight into another Autumn. Another superb round for him, but it's on to Crws. He's managed to dodge the running back. He's just going to go in towards it, and it's going to get him just as he comes back into position. And I'm talking regionally. Now sit at a global event. Now look to take their spot that little bit further. And of course, with the amount of kills that Crystal's been getting, there's no surprise. He has the lockdown available, a chance to clear out the back of the site, even having that Cosmic Divide. The one dangerous position is towards the back, and this is a full set play. I like this. The Judge invested into just to take that deep control.
Yeah, no one's quite going to be through that screen, unfortunately. Cosmic Divide, giving a safe haven for UdoTan for now, but it's going to fade soon, so will that smoke. And then it's push time! The flash seemed good, but they only get one forward. PatMen trying his best to pull this back into favor, and he holds his ground. Oh, running into primmie's a mistake, though. The ult put through by JitBoyS. He's already on the spike. He's going to get it to half at least before he disappears, and that's given them a chance now. Tapped again, but JitBoyS goes down. Crystal was camping on his ultimate.
Could he just defuse this?
He could try, but they're already going to be on him. Nicely done. The series has been so far, but we were worried about what happened when we got to Pearl. There's still time to recover this half, but the other side of the map is gone, and oh my God! PatMen! He should have been in danger there. It was 4 players with
orbs over that maybe get an extra ult online. He's still going to try and maybe just show them that they should still be
now
scared.
It's only going to be Crws, but he still has his setup. The Thorn's not blocking off the main body of the Force, and UdoTan's doing an excellent job in selling that fake.
Yeah, they need to kill him clean, though. Crws is still here. He's still waiting, and Orton does just that. Genuinely hasn't been missing all the way through the game. A post plant. They even have themselves a Nightfall, depending on how aggressive they want to be. Deep Smoke's flashed through it by that defensive side. JitBoyS has done well, but Javi does just as well. Evens things back up. primmie low. PatMen still just sat up close aggressively. A jump up here would seemingly mean demise. He's going to go in behind them, though. He's timed it to perfection. First comes easy, but he's not going to risk it. Not going over aggressive. Harvey still just sat in the corner low from that previous battle, and PatMen.
They probably even assume they're walking into the Vice setup, but Full Send's 4-man push where their Vice setup is. So this site is done. No defense. It's all for GE in the post plant.
And well, if you can't tell by the scoreline, those have gone pretty well already. Killua's done well. This time trading much more effectively, and it's going to be left to Crystal. He's in no man's land, still in middle. An opportunity for them to get towards the spike, already looking to try and shroud his vision, but he looks to try and run through, stuck in the mud. Already that defusal is going all the way. I don't think he can stop it this time.
Start to this pistol for Full Sense. They've got a lot of control. They know there's a lot of players on the other side, but they're not deterred. Swinging in for these fights doesn't look pretty. Javi's already got himself a double the man, talking in the halftime about revenge, and he's certainly gotten his own. UdoTan and Crystal, the last 2 alive. Crystal on full health, and Leviathan certainly anything but.
Recovering it.
Maybe a slight misread from the defense initially. Leviathan definitely thinking about that flank. Of course, that's been a major issue of this game so far, is the players backstabbing, but that tap of the spike, it seems like the players on G are just waiting. They're waiting for that plant to actually go down, just in case he's selling a ruse, just in case he's trying to get behind them.
Spike planted.
Instead, trapped within the smoke. Has given him a gap, an opportunity with their own buy. Definitely having information of this split.
Flash out for Autumn. Oh, unfortunately, primmie's already gone in. He's taken it inside the Cloudburst, and now found a Spectre for another. UdoTan holds on to control of A main. It takes away any sort of comfort ground for Full Sense. Instead, they have to fight for ground elsewhere. Space taken towards the defender spawn. To jump into the window, spotted. Javi won't get the kill, though. A lot of success for Full Sense in the force buy, and it seems like they've done just enough. They've come online right when they needed to. Crystal, a menace to them so far, but his impact in this round is negligible. And UdoTan,
we've already seen capitulation at times from Global Esports. So.
This is great, though. Deep Prowler came in from G, didn't see anybody outside A. They took the orb, they ran away. Full Sense know they've got a free side over there. All primmie has to do is sell the fake. And with the Cosmic Divide in play, him even just showing there is enough. He can just back off now.
This is a great fake. G have fallen hook, line, and sinker, and they're only just starting to realize. And the best thing is he didn't even die. So now he can do sort of what we saw Autumn doing on the other side. Just have this late flank that they're going to have to try and clear. With him also in position and the wall not being tripped, they know that they're pretty much all coming in from a similar angle. He can even watch into mid. The running back, though, will look to lead the charge. Maybe pad the gap, and already Autumn's got 2! He shouldn't have got away with anywhere near as much from there. They set up the strategy to perfection, but can they hold on to the round? It's not looking likely. Primmie, Leviathan, make that just one. They sold their opponents. And now they looked at... Not even to win. Wow! Okay.
Nice start.
Yeah, good read, but
not a great
immediate response. Crystal has been phenomenal. Oh, it's a push through! UdoTan wants to end it here, but he'll trade for his life. 2 kills found. Bladestorm was picked up by Primmie. It puts them into an even scenario. PatMen already on a fast flank. There's no utility to stop him at this stage, but the positions, at least for now, are good from the attack.
There's still a lot of time for GE to work with. PatMen slowly making his way down long. Soon the Nightfall can go in. This is the time to put it through. Prowler starts, sees one in the corner. Okay, no, now we're just going to launch straight in, but Primmie has bailed them out again. It's a 4K.
Throwing PatMen's ult. They still have plenty to play with. Looking like a more direct play off the back of the running back. Well, you can see the defenders are just trying to avoid it, sitting all the way back. Is there enough time for him to find anything? No. Instead, Primmie still in position. Weaponry about to be taken away, at least from one. Autumn just waiting on the other side of it, a little bit risky, but didn't want to be caught running across. They're really trying to play ahead of this retake, but they've got to be careful. The swing through only gets one. But now the lockdown can be put into play. A more passive post plant will have to be taken here.
Yeah, they'd already used their Phoenix utility, so no chance to burn that lockdown alive. And now in goes the Cosmic Divide, locked out. They've got to start making a move. These players could already be on it, but in goes the Molly. That's bought a little bit more time. Crystal from the top rope. He's looking to swing through, but the spam full blind, and he can't get the line. And Primmie.
They've just managed 3 rounds in a row. They need that total to go up to 8. But the one thing I said in the last round was, hey, at least they didn't use all those ultimates up. Well, which they have now. Everything is offline.
This is a gap again. GE have given it, but they know that they have, hoping that these players keep walking through, that they can force that fight. But full sense of giving it up. Prowler confirms someone's still around. Art's going to keep numbers from GE towards this A site. Full sense are hitting the lighter side of the map. They do still have to go through Killjoy utility, but the way they're going, they're bypassing it all. All they have to do now is deal with Javi, deal with Crystal, but that's been easier said than done at times. Oh! The grab well was sent in! A stun as well, and Crystal's found himself too in the choke. Crws, try as he might, he doesn't stand a chance, and now it all